Oh yeah. Feels good.
You start video. Go ahead. Take it away.
What's up, y'all? It's Dante Black.
And I'm Songbird.
That's Songbird, and this is Polar Opposites, the Melanin edition. I need for all of y'all, if y'all have not, I need you to take your hands out your pants, and I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like all our videos. We got over 100-some videos. I need y'all to start from the very first one, and I need you to like it all the way through. If this is your first time watching, I need for you to go watch the previous videos we had. That way you can catch up. That way a lot of these things that we talk about, we're like, well, we talked about it before, you already know. You're not just coming in on the tail end of it. And then it helps us out with a few views here and there, you know, to help the channel grow. Go ahead and share this to some, I don't even know the topic. I never know the topic. If you knew, you by now, well, if you not new, you know by now, I never know the topic. But if you knew, hey look bro, I never know the topic. But whatever she say the topic is, what I need you to do is tag somebody that go with this topic.
Shady. All right, maybe not this topic, but another one. So the topic is why is verbal abuse more acceptable than physical abuse? And what we mean by that is verbal abuse when you tear down someone, and physical abuse, of course, is when you strike someone, when you hurt them physically, when you hit them, punch them, something like that. And in my opinion, abuse is abuse because it's still going to affect someone in a negative way. Although you may not always see how it affects them verbally, at some point in time, you'll see it come into fruition. You'll see that it does happen. You may not see it immediately. Like the physical abuse, you'll be able to see bruises and cuts and all of that situation. But the verbal abuse does come into play at some point in time.
I think that the reason why verbal abuse is a whole lot more acceptable is because we name it and we disguise it as something different. Prime example, we will disguise verbal abuse as reading someone or throwing shade or I'm just telling it how it is. You know, things like that. We'll disguise it as that when it's not really that. Like you can tell somebody how it is without being abusive. Because if you say, okay, well, you know, I need you to start taking a bath because you leaving skid marks on my sheets. You know, that's telling it how it is. But what a lot of people do is, see, you dirty, nasty ass, always leaving these skid marks around here. I got to buy new sheets every week because you won't wash your, you know, that's now that's verbal abuse. There's certain ways you can say certain things.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah, and so I think that's why it's a whole lot more accepted than physical abuse, because even though it's still abuse, with verbal abuse, you can't see it. Like there's no physical evidence. Exactly. There's no physical evidence that these words were said to you. But words hurt just as much as a punch in the face, depending on who it comes from. Because if you love somebody with all your heart and they tell you something that hurt you, that's going to tear you up inside. Yeah. You'll be like, I would rather you just punch me in the damn face.
That's breaking their heart. Yeah.
So, I think that either way, like you said earlier, abuse is abuse. If you don't want nobody to abuse you in any kind of way, then
don't pass it out.
Don't pass it out. And if somebody is abusing you in any kind of way, leave them alone. Because it's evident that they don't care enough about you or themselves to not do it. And when I say they don't care enough about themselves, because if they're physically harming you, and this is for male and females, if the person you're with is physically harming you, that means they don't care about your well-being, and they don't care about their freedom. Because they're willing to put that on the line to prove a point about what they're trying to make physically. And if somebody's mentally abusing you, they're just trying to tear you down because of probably how they feel about themselves on the inside.
Yeah. So
you want to get away from people like that.
Yes, it's not healthy for you to be with someone like that. If they're tearing you down, then just leave.
Exactly. And then that can also pass down. You're dating someone and she's tearing you down or he's tearing you down, and then you not knowing, you subconsciously start tearing down your kids. And then that's a cycle that keeps going through generation to generation, and nobody never knows where it really came from. So you got to kind of be mindful of that. And even if it's not in a relationship, let's just say you have a family member that does that, they tear you down consistently, you may need to part from them. And I don't care if it's your brother, it's your sister, your auntie, uncle, hell, it could even be your mama, your daddy. If they're tearing you down mentally, you know, sometimes you got to part ways.
You have to be strong enough to break that cycle, because if you don't, like you said, it will continue.
Exactly, and then you may end up doing it to your kids and then wonder why you have the relationship with your child the way you do, because, you know, subconsciously you taking out on those kids what somebody else did to you. And you want to kind of be mindful of that. And in our community, we're not too mindful of that.
Exactly.
We're not. So, you know, moving forward, you know, we should, you know, kind of watch the things that we allow in our lives, and then watch the things that we allow to fly out of our mouth. If you just saying things, if you say, oh, when I get mad, I just say stuff just to win the argument or to hurt the other person. If you make statements like that, then you're part of the problem.
All right. How do you guys feel about that? Make sure you sound off below, and also make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, tag a friend, tell a friend. And if you know anyone in this situation, do your best to help them get out.
Exactly. Please help them get out. Like I said before, I didn't know the topic, but tag them in there, because there's a lot of people that go, tag them in this video, because here's the thing, or send it to them. Send it to them, you know, in the inbox, or just send them the link. I'm telling you, listen, if this is you and this has been sent to you, you don't have to put up with that. There's tons of places you can go for help if you don't have friends or family that's willing to help you. There's tons of programs, male and female, where they won't allow you to stay in an abusive situation no matter what it is, from whomever it's from. So please go get help.
All right, it's your girl Songbird.
Dante Black.
Peace.